Hello and welcome to another Ask Nerida Joy video. We are back here today. We have Christina here. And Christina, this is Christina's third treatment, yes, on film. And we are going to have a look at her skin. We've had to make some changes with Christina because Christina's skin was very, very sensitive. And I think the last time she came in, we had discovered she was having a sensitivity to something, wasn't it, Christina? Mm-hmm. And so we had to change out one of her products. And so I'm going to have a look at her skin today and see how we're doing with the new change. So the last time when I saw Christina, we did make a food change, which I had not done the first time. I think the first time I did Christina, I had said that I'm not taking her off any foods today. We want to see what we can get out of with just giving her home care products. The second time she came back in, we were still having issues with her skin. Her skin was really irritated and still very sensitive to the touch. So what we did do was take her off peanuts and citrus because it tends to be very irritating, and I discovered that Christina was eating a lot of peanut butter, which I don't know, we missed that in the first one. So so now we are back. We've taken her off. Her skin, I can tell it isn't as active, so I'm happy about that. And how are you feeling since you went off the peanut butter and citrus? Do you feel like it's any better?
Yeah, I feel like it's better, but I still feel like my skin is pretty oily.
It's still very oily, yeah.
And I still get like the white, I think they're called pustules.
Yeah, the little pustules, yep. Mm-hmm. So we're going to slip in a couple of pictures there. We'll go back to when we first started with Christina so you can see her skin, a picture from her facial number 2 to where we are today, facial number 3. Looking at her skin, she doesn't have as many pustules that she was getting. I can see that her skin is a lot cleaner and we're getting there. It's getting better. But I think has it been 2 weeks since we took you off peanut butter or 3? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So she's been the last 2 weeks off peanut butter and the citrus, and I can see. I think that was a big culprit for her. So I can see that it's getting better. So we are going to have her come back again in a month, and we are going to keep an eye on her and make sure we are on the right path, 100%, so that we can get her skin amazing. So that's where we want to go. So I'm going to cleanse off her skin, and we're going to start the facial treatment today. Okay, so we're cleansing off Christina's skin with the gel, non-foaming gel cleanser. And what I'm feeling is that her skin feels so much better than the last 2 facials. It used to have that thickening, almost like a thickening and a dryness on top of a lot of oil coming up underneath. So she doesn't have as many pustules. We've taken her off the peanuts. We've taken her off citrus just 2 weeks ago. And I'm feeling like this is going to make a big difference for her. So again, in another 2 weeks, you're going to see her skin is going to be so much better. We will have her come back in a month, and we will check on her and just see how she's doing with her skin. But it feels so much better. She did say that her skin still feels very oily. We are starting. We're now in, getting in April. We're here in Los Angeles, California. It is hot already over here. She will notice anybody that when throughout the summer months, your skin, if you are an oily skin, your skin will be more oily than normal because heat does stimulate sebaceous glands. So it's a very normal thing to feel like your sebaceous glands are more active. It's also a very normal thing to notice that your pore size can be a little bit larger. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning extra well in the summer months and that you're exfoliating a little bit more than you would in the winter months to keep those pores really clean, because if you keep those pores really clean, your pores are going to stay smaller, and that's really important. So I'm feeling her skin just feels a lot better, and it's not as irritated, it's not as bumpy, it's not as gritty as it was when we first started with her in her first and second treatment. It feels so much better. So we're just working in the gel cleanser, and we're going to now remove it and put on an exfoliating product. So I'm going to give Christina a new product today that's going to help address the fact that she said she's feeling her skin's a little bit more oily. As we enter the summer months, I'm going to be giving her a treatment product that's going to help her more with her oil activity, and she'll be using that one at home. Now this is my exfoliating mask. I'm going to mix it with a lot of healing gel. Christina's skin is a really sensitive skin, and it's a really good skin for us to look at and to follow her, because even though she's oily, her skin is very, very sensitive, and she has inflammation within her body, which is why you can see that there's a little bit of ruddiness there. So it's great that she's now, not having peanuts at all, and that she's also not having citrus, because both of those particular products for someone that tends to be oily can be a big problem. And in her case, her skin is a lot better, so I know that it's going to even be better still in a couple of weeks. Just so much better since she's gone off the peanuts and citrus. From treatment number 1 to treatment number 2, Christina had reached out to me, and I love that my models send me pictures of their skin, showing me what's going on throughout the time that I'm working with them. And she'd sent me a picture just saying her skin was really, it was still breaking out a lot. She had a lot of oil, she had a lot of pustules on her skin, and more importantly, the bee lotion was really stinging on her skin as well. So because of the bee lotion being really irritating on her skin, we did take her off that one after the first treatment, which is one of the products. It's a very light, non-comedogenic moisturizer that has no AHA and no retinols in it whatsoever. But it was something that she was very sensitive to because it was stinging, and it shouldn't be stinging at all. So we did take her off that. I think Christina's, she's sensitive. Her body is sensitive. So when somebody's skin is as sensitive as Christina's, and I can still feel heat coming out from her, so I know she's still got inflammation. She's still working out foods within her body that are still causing inflammation within her body, because I can feel it in her skin. So her body's very sensitive, and that's why her skin is very sensitive. And, a lot of people think that because someone's skin is oily, it's a tougher skin, but it's often the complete opposite, because it has been so used and abused from strong preparations trying to dry up oil that it's a very sensitive skin. So it needs to be really, handled with great TLC, because you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to not irritate and cause further discomfort to your client and further irritation. Because as it is, it's it's challenging to heal sometimes. So you want to just make sure that you're doing everything you can to keep it soothed, to be everything soothing and calming to the skin, as well as trying to keep the oil under control. So it requires a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and some changes as well as you go along the way. So we have been checking in with her to see how she's doing. So today, she still has heat inside. So I know there's still something going on within internally, but she's doing better with that. And also, peanuts is it's a real problem for a lot of people, and it's still, even though it's only been 2 weeks that she's been off it, it's still not out of her system. So I'm going to give her another couple of weeks, and I think we're going to find out that her she'll be doing a lot better in 2 weeks. When you have something as much, every single day, and you've been doing that for a long time, it really takes a lot to get that out. Just a little nose ring, so I'm just making sure So we've cleansed off. I'm just going to go over her skin with a lotion, because I want to make sure I've got all the exfoliating mask off. The exfoliating mask does have the glycolic in it. It has the lemon peel powder, a little bit of chamomile. It has the papyra enzyme papuan, and so it is absorbing of dead cells. But it's active with the glycolic, so we want to make sure we are not leaving any residue on her skin. So today I'm going to do an AHA on Christina. I'm not going to work in my retinols and Q flavonoids, and I'm going to be doing an AHA on her right now. So we're going to work, this is healing gel that I'm putting on, and I'm just working it into her skin for a moment. I have a very gentle acne cream that does not have AHA in it, and that's one I'm actually going to be giving her for home care. But my treatment I'm going to do on her tonight is going to be an AHA product, especially for oil. So we are going to do that one, but I just want her to have something very gentle for home that's still going to help with her activity of the oil. Okay, we are putting on eye gel around Christina's eye right now. Eye gel around her eyes. Here we go. Okay, so this one here is it's called a normalizing cream, and it's a cream that's designed for pimples and oil activity. Anyone who has acne that is oil related, so, and not food related. So we're putting this on her skin. It does sting a little bit when it's on, very slightly. So I'm working this into her skin with a little bit of the healing gel, which is what she has on underneath. And I'm just going to work it in for a little bit on her skin, and then we're going to take it off. So I'm not working with retinols, and I'm not working with the Q-flavonoid right at this moment. Okay, we're going to take that off now with warm towels. I'm going to let the towels cool quite a bit because I don't want it to be too hot on her skin. That what she has on now will be a little bit tingly on her skin, so I don't want the towels to be too hot. So we've taken that cream off. I'm going to bring the light over. I want to have a look at her skin and just see if I'm going to do any extractions on her. Sometimes there's certain little parts of what she has going on the skin that is not necessary to extract because it's going to go away on its own. They're more of an irritation, little pustules, so we'll have a look though under the lights and just see what we're going to do here now. So what we can see here with Christina, she's still got a lot going on. It feels a lot better to the touch, but she still has a lot of activity going on underneath there. And I'm going to do some light extractions on her today and clean that up and give her a treatment product to help with the oil now that we're coming into the summer months, and see if we can get some more movement and just help her try to get this under control a little bit quicker than we've been doing. So we're going to move it over to the cheek area now. Okay, so we're looking at the cheek here again, the same, still congestion, and the skin is a lot cleaner. It's brighter, the texture looks better, her skin, on her nose feels a lot better, but she's still got a lot of activity, a lot of oil activity underneath there that we need to try and get under control. Okay, we are back. I have completed extractions on Christina, and we did some extractions all over, around the nose, cheeks, chin, forehead. We did extractions everywhere. She has reminded me here today that she has lupus and that this autoimmune disease and in that how it does affect the body. We are going to take her, not only are we taking her off, which we did a couple of weeks ago, peanuts and citrus, we are also going to take her off gluten now. So we know that now this is Christina's third treatment, and her skin has gone through a time where it was a little bit better, and then it seemed to get a little bit worse, and it's a little bit better again. And I've had to change her products around. Like I mentioned, I took her off the bee lotion, which is just a very non-comedogenic lotion without AHAs, without retinols, that was stinging her skin. So that was something that we did change her and take her off that particular product. Her skin is sensitive, and her body retains, she's got some inflammation there. Again, the reminder of, yes, lupus, inflammation in the body. She is on medication for that. So what we're going to do to try and move this on a little bit faster for her, because although her skin does look better today, it looks healthier, the texture is better, it's not as thickened, and it just is a healthier looking skin. But now we're going to be a little bit more savvy on the food area, and we are going to put her on the gluten-free diet, and we're going to see how she does with that. So I've asked her to keep me updated on a regular basis how she's going. Sometimes when you work with clients, sometimes the results are very, very quick. And sometimes they take longer. It takes longer to figure out, especially when there's inflammation, there's something going on the inside, and we just can't put our finger on it, what it is. So as I said, we did not start with her diet issues. We were strictly topically trying different things on her skin. That did not work 100%. It worked, actually it didn't work that much at all, to be honest with you. We really needed, since she's gone off the peanuts and the citrus, her skin has got significantly better. The only thing it had helped, I think, was just maybe the texture was a little healthier, but she still had a lot of activity. So today she has said her skin is still very oily. She doesn't have as many pustules, but I can still feel inflammation coming out of her skin. So we are going to go the gluten diet, off gluten, and that way let's see how she's doing in a couple of weeks. So she's been a trooper, putting up with all of this and just trying to figure out what it is that's going on. So we are getting there, and her skin does look significantly better. As I said today, it looks a lot better just from the peanuts, going off the peanuts and the citrus. So I'm hoping for massive change with being off the gluten. And you know, when you are dealing with an autoimmune disease, you know, it's always it's challenging. It's challenging for people, so trying to find that happy medium. So now we've just used a lotion. I've done, I'm going to work in a little bit of that treatment product that I put on her earlier that I massaged with, which was a treatment product that has a little bit of an AHA in, but it is in a cream form, so it's buffered. So it's a cream especially for oil, and that's one that I'm going to be giving her to take home with her as well. And I'm going to work that into her skin with a little bit of healing gel before we put the mask on now. So we're working the healing gel. And you can see when I work on Christina's skin, her skin gets a little welty. So once we put the mask on, we are going to ice her down. Okay, so we have the purifying mask. I'm mixing with a little bit of healing gel. We're going to put that on Christina's skin. And I'm going to leave it on for a few minutes, layer her skin with some gauze, and then I'm going to get some ice, and we're going to ice over the gauze. Okay, so I've left the mask on, the purifying mask on Christina for a couple of minutes. I'm just going to prepare some gauze right now. This gauze is 4x4 gauze. It's a great gauze. I really like it because it's very soft. And sometimes on some people, when you're extracting tissues is too difficult, too hard for their skin. So having something like a soft gauze to extract with is really nice for some people. So what I'm going to do is I use this to layer over top of the mask sometimes, because if I'm going to be putting ice on the skin and I don't want it to get in and make a mess with the mask, I use it that way. So we're going to put one more of this. It's really nice because it's also very stretchy, and I use it, sometimes it's what I put my paraffin on as well when I'm doing my paraffin sheet masks. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to work the ice, and I'm just going to roll it over her skin. It's obviously going to feel cold. These are my little mini round rice packs, and I like them. They're so great. They're a soft pad. You can maneuver them around areas like the nose or around the chin to cup the jawline. You can sort of really cup it and work it around the chin area, so they're really nice. So we're going to work this. So Christina, we're going to feel cold going on here. There we go. We're just going to work this around. Now, of course, the area that we're going to be icing most is the area where we've done the extractions. And so, you know, some areas like around the nose area, we did quite a lot of extractions there, but it was just of the extractions of blackheads, mostly around her nose area. But the icing is really for the areas where she has the pustules and papules. So that's sort of soothing, and because she has inflammation anyway, it's nice for her to just roll over the skin with some ice. Okay, so we are back. We're going to take off, I've removed the gauze from Christina's face. We've iced over her skin, iced over top of the purifying mask, and we're going to take it off now with warmer towels here. Okay, so we have removed the mask, and now we're just putting a little bit of healing gel on her skin. And I'm going to not put retinol. I haven't used retinol on Christina at all today. I want to see how she feels tomorrow, how her skin feels tomorrow. We're going to put some of the normalizing on her, which is the cream she'll be taking home to start using on her skin to help with the oil. And it's a little buffered, so we're going to treat her skin a little bit differently and just see if we can get, just help with that abundance of oil to help to start to get that under control. Okay, so we put the healing gel on Christina's skin. I'm putting a little bit of this normalizing cream on her. This will be something she'll be using at home. She has the normalizing already, but I'm upping the strength of it. And we're going to have her continue with this at home using the normalizing. It is a product that's especially designed for oil. And so I haven't worked with retinols on her at all today. She's not using retinols at home. And we're just going to keep her going with this and have her start on the gluten diet to go off that, so that we can just see if we can nip some of this inflammation, because she still has heat coming out from her skin. So we want to combine that with the peanuts and the citrus, and if she can kind of just keep me abreast of what's going on over the next couple of weeks, and I think that it should be more helpful for her than how we started initially. So I think that that's a good start. We're going to have Christina back until we get her on track. So today was her third treatment. She will be coming back again, and we will see her. I would like to see her again in probably another 3 weeks. So we will we'll have her back and see how she's doing in that time. So I thank you for coming and joining us, Christina, again today. Thank you so much for being here with us again, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.